Whenever you have a global setup very similar to what we see here now on planet Earth, where we have the UN basically as a global committee where all these different countries basically come together and they abide by a set of rules that they all agree upon within the UN. Well, what's happening now in the EU is an announcement about national IDs that will destroy millions of people's privacy, and it will create a near global biometric database. They have agreed to create this mandatory national biometrics ID card. Mandatory. Measures being negotiated as part of the EU's security union are moving ahead swiftly, with the Council and Parliament reaching provisional agreements on new rules for immigration liaison officers, also for EU visa code, and to also introduce this mandatory biometric national ID card. Now they're saying that the Nepal government announced their plans to roll this out and that it will affect 30 million people. Last month, there was an article that was written warning people about the global effort here to restrict everyone's right to travel. Now, if we start to look and see what's happening, we see walls being discussed on borders. We see certain flights and airlines basically being shut down. They can't enter airspace like that Boeing 737 MAX. How far will that go? Now, they're implementing a mandatory biometrics ID card. I want to remind you that in the United States, I think after the end of this year, if you want to fly most places, you're going to have one of their new IDs. They go right along the lines of this whole thing as well. And I could see them just classifying it a little bit different, giving it a different name. But then in the end, it too can be data that's plugged right into the same global system. They are saying that 512 million people will be forced to give up their privacy. 500 million people in this one move. They say it's all but a certainty. 28 ambassadors say yes, and this is what they're pushing for in Europe. Just wanted to make note of it. It's been Dabu 7.